Hi, Peter.
Hello, Peter.
I thought you were first gonna show the clips.
Oh, well,
Maybe it
I
doesn't
can
matter,
show them now, right?
Yeah, maybe it's better because you just showed the game
Right,
and
right.
Grishuk he mentioned some lines also.
Okay, that's correct. Okay, so I'm gonna mute all of us. All of us, gonna be muted. We're gonna play the clips.
General and especially in time travel.
What were the moments where you lost the most of the time? What were the kind of problems you had to solve in this game?
No, the problem was that I didn't know anything in the opening, so I immediately started to think. And the position is quite poisonous for black. I think he just went absolutely wrong after I played knight d5, knight d5, knight f6. What he did is just okay, black has no problems, and I think he could pose some problems for black if he played differently. And so this was the first moment, and then when I started to calculate all these lines that happened in the game, and I missed bishop d5, so I thought I calculated everything, and I have actually I thought I'm better, but after bishop d5 I have to find some very precise moves, and it's difficult in such position without computer.
I think the next games they were difficult in themselves. So it was an unfortunate accident, but I mean all the things that happened in the next few games. Those were things that could happen. There was nothing completely out of the ordinary in those games. So it's just a string of bad games. I don't expect to. I'm feeling okay. So I don't expect to lose three more games, but you never know.
Yeah.
I'll take one game at a time. I'm just trying to get some positive experience and to get something back.
Okay, well, sorry about that, guys. I messed up as usual. Too many buttons for me, to push here. The software, Hey, you gotta go easy on old Uncle Yerma, I'm not really friendly with technology. Never will be. So thank you, Peter, for providing us with this excellent material, and I think it really reveals, what went down.
Yeah, I've got to mention that this Carlson clip maybe needed a bit of introduction because he started talking about the first four games, and the question was, of course, to what extent his rounds 2, 3, and 4 were influenced by that incident in the first game, and Magnus basically said that it wasn't necessarily the case. The things that were happening in those games, I mean, missing the win against Giri and, for example, losing against Anand, all these things could have happened anyway to him. So it's always hard to say to what extent it would have happened if he won that first game against Topalov. And besides that, he says he's feeling well. So in fact, it is still possible that the guy ends with 5 out of 5. And in fact, Dutch Grandmaster Ivan Sokolov started a bet yesterday on Facebook that he said that Magnus would finish on 5 out of 5, and several grandmasters are betting against him at the moment, I think, and so it's quite funny to see what's going on. But
That's interesting. Yeah, but interesting also that Magnus said, I don't expect to lose another 3 games, but okay, so there was a limit for him. He had 5 games to play. He didn't say, I don't expect to lose the rest of the games, which would be 5. So he thought the very worst thing would be...
Of course, he meant he has lost 3, and he's not expecting to lose another 3, basically.
That's obvious. I don't think he's going to lose another game in this tournament. I think he already got the...
Well, yeah, tomorrow he's placed his so to speak, client, Hikaru Nakamura, who is, I believe, something like 11-0 down to Magnus if we don't call the draws. And Magnus is also going to play Hammer, who he normally also should beat. So in a way, it is possible that he'll win several more games actually. But we have to find out.
Who has the white pieces in this game? Nakamura, Carlson.
I'm happen to be on a page where I'm missing the schedule for some reason.
Alex, do you know
to go to another page? I have the schedule here. And this is Carlson with white against Nakamura, so he's definitely gonna try and win that game. And and then he has black against Vasiliev. Then he has white against Aronian, which, especially in case of Aronian, I think it's very good news that he has white. And then he can try to beat the Hammer with black in the last round.
You know what? Don't bet against it as 5 out of 5. I think Ivan Sokolov has a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Now I'm looking at pictures.
Alex, what do you think? Can he make it?
Alex, tell us. Is it going to be?
No, 5 out of 5. It's a bit of a stretch, but
he did 6 in bike, huh? He did 6 in a row in bike.
I know, but not in the same situation, right?
Right.
Hey, we'll see. How much does Ivan bet it?
I don't know about that.
Right. Well,
you have to check it out on Facebook.
Yeah. Everyone who doesn't believe in Magnus can make some money now.
Yeah, no.
Right.
In Magnus we trust. Well, a lot of people are asking, Peter, and also I'm curious. That picture that I have now on the bottom of Grishuk and maybe Nakamura, his back to us. Is this basketball or?
No. This was yesterday during the rest day. The players they visited a kids tournament, but they also went to a sort of scientific museum where they have all kinds of funny games and tests. And this photo is some kind of wall where the reaction of the speed of your reaction is tested. So you see all those white buttons, and I think I wasn't there myself, but I think little lights were lighting up, and as soon as there was a light, you had to touch it basically as quickly as you can, and basically the one who reacts the quickest wins the game. I haven't spoken to the players about this, so I can't actually tell you who won here, but I can tell you, as you can see in the photo, that Grishuk is rather fanatic in this kind of stuff.
Yeah, indeed, great picture, you know. So, okay, for excellent, and of course we have Topalov there. Well, as usual, a picture of determination and focus.
Topalov. In my headline for my report I'm going to have to call him Lucky Topalov. Luckily, he used the same words. Yeah, I don't know, but if we should spoil the results already, what do you think? Do most of our
Everybody knows the
spectators-
results. We cannot make this.
Yeah.
I mean, well,
right?
we
Yeah, the
can't.
results
We
is
can't.
common.
We basically a highlight show. That means that people obviously know up-to-date results. Everybody has, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
access.
Not necessarily
well-
that everyone knows what happened, in that game.
So yeah. But anyway, I wanted to describe the scene where I just came from in the restaurant because it was quite telling. It was of course Topalov won after a very a game that went every way, and a very interesting game. It should have ended in a draw, and then Hammer basically made a very very big blunder, a mistake that shouldn't be there at that level, and lost in the end. So in fact, Hammer was the second Norwegian to hand a gift to Topalov in this tournament. And at dinner was very sad to see actually Hammer hanging with his head against the wall all the time, and really down, and sitting on his own at a table, and like a few tables away there's a big group with Topalov and his good friend Danilov and Yasser Sairowan, and Levon Aronian was there, and Levon's second Tigran Garamian, and they were all talking about this end game and laughing about it, and
They were laughing.
trying to find.
I mean,
Huh?
gosh, like Hammer was there, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it was like
Laugh
5
about-
tables away or something, and I had the feeling that Hammer could hear most of what they were saying. So actually, it was a bit of a sad scene. Actually,
Oh, that's
I was somewhere in
terrible.
between those tables. So, but yeah, that's the tough chess world,
Tough world, now.
So
Yeah.
he was not present at the post-game conference with Topalov. Is that because he was upset? Is that allowed? Not to show up?
No, I think there's another reason actually, because it was a very long game, of course. The thing is, both Carlson and Hammer, the first thing they do after the game is move to the studio of the TV2 program that's being broadcast live, and normally the press conference waits for this. So, for example, in the case of Grishuk, he had to wait for 20 minutes until Carlson was done on Norwegian TV, and then they could do the press conference on the official website. And I think because it was such a late game, a long game, I think they thought, we cannot keep Topalov waiting for so long, so we'll
Right.
just start already without Hammer. And at the same time, this way, it's a good and convenient way to have the Hammer skip a press conference that he doesn't really like to attend in the first place.
All right.
Okay, perfect explanation. So there are things that go, behind the scenes that we don't know, but thanks to you, now the picture becomes clearer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So and one more thing about yesterday was for me personally a fantastic day, because I went on a long hike, and I was with a friend, and there was like a 2.5 hour drive, a 2.5 hour walk, and then a bit of waiting and a bit of photos taking, and then another 2.5 hour walk back, and another 2.5 hour drive. It was a really long day, but it was really beautiful. This country is just stunningly beautiful. Really, I can really recommend Norway. And this hike is, I think, among the very best, or maybe the best hike in the country. And the organizers were so generous to let one of their cars. We could use one of their cars to go there, and I've seen so many beautiful sceneries, and it's really amazing. And I'll see if I can include a few photos of that in my news
Yeah.
report.
Yeah, well, I would love to have some of those, because I'm very unlikely to ever visit Norway. The $15 beers, they're not very enticing. So
Yeah, that's true.
sorry
That's the
about
downside.
that, but I mean, your pictorial report would be greatly appreciated, of course.
All right, time for chess, I guess.
All right. Thank you so much.
All
Thomas.
right, thanks, Peter.
Okay.
Okay,
All
bye
right.
bye.
Bye. Until next time. All right. So that was Peter Doggers, our man